other computers. So we have to unfortunately live with that. So okay, so finally we have a first question here. John 3 Voltas, if that's how you say your name, is asking, anyone knows where I can get the videos for the other 17 live casts that has happened before this one? The answer is yes, I know. And the other live casts is basically they are basically on YouTube. So let me just change. Here you see right now, this is Arduino's administration panel for video streaming. I just use this to check that I'm online or I'm not online. So right now I know for a fact that we are online because the stream health is at green level. So I'm going to check right now which is the LiveCast channel. I always forget the URL, so I will just check it here and share the link with you on the chat window. So these are the different. This is a video manager for Arduino, and this is the playlist for Arduino. And here you go. Actually, this playlist I'm running right now says number 18, but I made a mistake naming it. It's actually number 19. To be precise, number 18 was the one that we made about it's the one we made about basic electricity in Arduino boards last week. And so this is a playlist for the education livecast series, and I'm just gonna share it. I'm just gonna double check this is the right URL on a different browser, and we see it opens the browser there, and there it is. So it's the Arduino livecast series with all of the videos, different interviews, and so on. I'm actually pretty happy. We managed to make 26 videos, considering we started in the beginning of this year. It's a pretty okay amount of videos. Okay, so there you go. So not all of them are posted properly on the channel. I at some point 2 or 3 weeks ago I lost track, and I have to go back and post them properly. But the idea is clearly that the chat supports the livecast, and right now I'm the only one making livecast, but the idea is that we will also open up for other people to make livecast. So if you have a nice project and you would like to post it, we could invite you into the stream and make it into an official Arduino livecast video. My idea really is to invite anybody that are making relevant things into posting videos with us. And the livecasts are real livecasts in the sense that they are showing things that we are doing live, and sometimes since we're doing live they fail. So they're not always perfect. So I try not to cut out anything from the livecast. Only if I have a mistake, I spend like 10 minutes just trying to solve it, I cut out those 10 minutes afterwards. But you see how things sometimes don't work, which is the opposite of what you typically see on internet video where everything was perfect. Because when you build projects, sometimes you fail, and I think it's important to learn how you can get things to work. Okay, there's a question here from Arduino called, was there ever a product called by Arduino, which means an official product called Arduino Pro Micro, like this one? Well, the Arduino Pro series was part of a collaboration that Arduino had with SparkFun for quite a while. And there were a series of boards that were the Pro boards, which were basically variations of the normal boards, taking out some components, making them smaller, or reshuffling the pins to make something else. So this means that some of these projects, or some of these boards, were official for a while, but definitely from the brand you're having there, that's not official. That's for sure. So the one thing I can tell you is that that is a clone board in the first place. If there was anything called Pro, it should be coming from SparkFun, as I said. So let's take a look at SparkFun, which is one of the historical distributors for Arduino. And I'm just gonna change to the browser window, which is this one, and this is SparkFun. And we have collaborated with SparkFun for many years. We're in really good terms with them. And if you wrote here Arduino Pro, we'll see if the database still reflects about the old Arduino Pro. And here you have Arduino Pro Mini, Arduino Pro Mini, Arduino Pro, and then at some point they launched their own boards where they took out the term Arduino, so they are not official Arduino boards. And you see like the Pro Micro and the Pro Micro. So Arduino Pro Micro actually never existed, so that you're aware of this. So when you see that Arduino Pro Micro is in essence a clone of the Pro Micro that SparkFun did, which is not an official Arduino product, just to make it clear. It's of course compatible with the Arduino Micro, but has a different pinout, and it's much smaller, so it doesn't have all of the pins that the Arduino Micro does have. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. So let's see if there is any other questions in the chat. I need to go back and forth. By the way, since I'm here regarding this board, one of my students here in Malmo actually designed something very nice, which is a gamer's keyboard. And I bought he gave me 2 and I bought 2 more from him. I just don't know where I put the PCBs, because I got my room right now is a mess. You should see this. So I have no idea where I placed the PCBs for this, but I can tell you I have here all of the keys to make myself a gamer keyboard. So here you see the plastic cups, some really nice. I bought these ones that say Panic instead of Escape. And these ones, okay. So I know very many of you might be interested, and so my student Tim, which is a pretty clever guy that's building projects with electronics all the time. He's been making these 42 keys keyboards and publishing them on GitHub. And I really can't remember. Give me 1 second. I think that I have a box on the floor down there where I think I have the PCB. I would like to show you the PCB. 1 second. Well, this place is a real mess. You can't imagine. I have no idea where things are. Okay. Oh, this was so unprofessional. But I'm gonna find this for you. So I typically have a Slack channel with my students at the university, so I'm gonna see in the Slack channel I have with him which is the link to this keyboard, so you guys can see this keyboard that Pim made, mostly because I bet that you guys are gonna be interested. And it's a really beautiful 42 keys keyboard that you can build yourself, and it runs with a Pro Micro. Has a Pro Micro on the PCB and a bunch of mechanical keys and then you can choose the plastic you want to in order to build your keyboard. And let me just find it for you. I'm just looking through the historical files, for the keyboard conversation I had with him, and I will show you the conversation, but it has some other topics that are not related, so I would prefer not to here. Okay, copy link, and then I can open the browser again, which is this one, and here in the browser I'm just gonna add the Reddit conversation where Pim is announcing his keyboard. Okay. Yeah, there it is loading. So the keyboard is called the Tanuki, and it's open source 40 or more keys keyboard. And he announced it here on Reddit. I'm gonna just copy the link on the chat so that you guys can. There you go. And that's the Reddit channel, but I'm trying to find the here. It's a GitHub link, so I click on the GitHub link, and here you can see the 40% keyboard that Pim made, Pim with a colleague. Here you see the picture. Is super nice. It looks really, really good. And the idea is that there is a couple of pieces of plexiglass you need to cut. You can also use MDF or any other material, and then you can buy the keys. All the instructions are on this website, on this GitHub, and uses a Pro Micro, and it has different layers you can do to configure your keyboard very easily. And by pressing a key you can change from the normal keyboard to the symbols, to the function keys, and to the gamer's keyboard with the arrows. And so they publish everything here open source because they don't have an intention to manufacture this massively. But of course, if you're interested, you could just connect with them through the Reddit channel and discuss about making more. Right now we're having a conversation about making this, instead of with the Pro Micro, which is not an official Arduino board, with the Arduino Micro as a way to limit some components and much easily build a keyboard that is completely compatible and, let's say, brand safe within the Arduino context. Okay, so if you people are interested, Caesar, you should, if you're interested in having one of these keyboards, you can talk to Pim directly on the Reddit channel. Otherwise, we could just continue to talk on the Discord channel, and if many people want it, we could just organize it with him and make a manufacturing batch. The most expensive part from it all is, of course, the keys. And getting nice keys like these ones that I got here, it gets expensive. But if we are a lot of people, then we can make a lot more. I bought enough keys to make 4 keyboards and so on. So, and the interesting thing is that it's a open source firmware, and he's working right now in making it programmable directly from the Arduino IDE, because he does not typically use the Arduino IDE to program, even though it's the same kind of C. So he's gonna try to make it a lot leaner and cleaner. Okay. So please, if you have any other questions, feel free to post the questions directly on the Discord channel. I think we can go on and answer a couple more questions to, as I said, commemorate our 250 registered users in the channel. And if you know anybody that is an Arduino fan close to you that is not into this, please remind them that they could subscribe to this channel, and they could join, and they could volunteer eventually to moderate some of the languages channels that we have open. As you see, we have a whole bunch of them, and our goal to be fun is to break Discord. Our goal is to have so many users in the channel that Discord will stop to work properly. Not for us, but for everybody. Okay, now I'm just joking. You see, we have opened a whole lot of channels in different languages that not all of them have yet got people to interact with them. Okay. So far there seems to be no more questions for now. Let me just go back to the LiveCast channel. Okay. So it says that Discord crashes by itself on the phone. Yeah, it happens sometimes. But I guess the guys at Discord, they're really eager at having more people so that they can implement better infrastructures, and I think we at the Arduino community can be the ones that give them a lot of users to see how much you can push it. Okay, so there seem to be many more questions, so I was thinking I could maybe take a look at the questions on the channel. And here's the, oops, sorry, I just keep on pressing the wrong key in my computer. Here's the right place. So I can just take a look at one of the questions from product help or general help or coding help and see if we can answer one of those while we wait for any other questions from the community. And let's see what we can find on product help. Okay. So there's one about the UDO boards. There is another one here, which is some pictures about the FPGA board. But okay. NetScribe has a question. It's from the 8th of May. It's a month has passed since this question. It's about the Arduino Primo. It's just about an Arduino Primo. Connect via USB to Windows 7, 32-bit. Mbed serial driver fails to install. Sketch 1 upload. Able to connect to Primo via Wi-Fi. Change network to CNS PC. Switch to station mode. Okay. In NetScribe, if you have more issues with Primo, I recommend that you contact directly the. You go straight into the Arduino forum in the first place, because many of these questions have been solved already. And if you happen to have a technical issue where nothing really worked, you have something that already works, or you have something that never worked for you at all, you should contact the support, Arduino support directly, and you will enter into support B system where, well, right now, sorry, send desktop, where one of our support engineers will end up talking to you and giving you a hand at some point. But you should know that Arduino Primo is a board that personally the Arduino official team never really designed. It's something that we inherited from one of our Arduino adventures, something that happened in the past, and that's why it's since continued. So the information we have is the information we have, and we will be able to go only that far in supporting the board. Okay, there is no more really like Arduino questions, Arduino related questions in this chat. I will go back to the LiveCast to see if there is any other questions on the LiveCast. There seems to be one more comment. Okay, NetScribe is no longer in this Discord, says Caesar. Okay, well, unfortunate, but at least we took a look at the question. I mean, it's not bad to answer questions that are a bit open to anybody. I think it's a good thing to take an opportunity to do that. Okay, there is a lot of nice questions and answers on the coding help channel. I can imagine that most of the issues people are gonna find is when they are in the middle of building something and all of a sudden they get some sort of an error. And Sabas, as usual, is giving us some nice examples of his projects in here. and he's been debugging something together with other people. I'm happy to see that the chat is starting to work in this way, where people are meeting up and solving some major questions, which is very nice. But I don't see like a, I don't see like a question we can confront right now, because it's more like there's been some long technical questions. I think what will be very interesting is some of these questions, once they've been answered, they would document it somehow else, somewhere else, because the chat format is, unfortunately, as you see right now, my computer is a bit slow to follow if there's a lot of information. So it would be great if some of these things were ported at some point to the Arduino forum, which is an easier way where to find things later on, because it gets indexed by Google, so it's much easier to then search stuff into it and so on. But anyway, since we're looking at it, as I said, Sabas has been trying out to build a system that is using the SAMD21, communicating over a one-wire protocol. And there's a conversation I started some days ago, and I can see that Sabas has kept on working with it, and it looks very, very nice. It looks like he has a bunch of boards talking to one another over a one-wire protocol. And if you're not familiar with the one-wire protocol, it's definitely something to explore if you want to build something where you don't necessarily need wireless, because you still need to carry power to boards somehow, and you need to have like longer wires between sensors and actuators and intelligence and so on. You can use Arduino boards as clients of the one-wire protocol and have an Arduino board as a master, and eventually going to do a computer, and in that way build a very easy to use network. So I'm gonna make another check to see if there is any more questions, and otherwise, if there is no more questions, I think we will call it a day, because we have it's already like almost 40 minutes. It's been running the livecast. And again, I would like to thank everybody that joined today. This is our first, let's say, community livecast celebrating our 250 users milestone. I hope we will keep on doing more of this event when we reach 500, when we reach 1,000, when we reach 2,000, and so on, because that would definitely mean that we are succeeding and building an interesting community together. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming by. And those of you that are watching the video, they're watching the video just on YouTube, that you've never heard about Discord, please remember we're using Discord as a chat system. You can see a URL up there in the upper corner. Let me just put this other window in this corner up here. You can see a URL. If you just click on the, no, you can't click on it on this video, but if you just type in the URL, I will also put it in the comments to the video. Then you can subscribe to the Discord channel, and you can join us in the conversations live every time we make the livecast on Thursdays. Typically, it will be on Thursdays, even though today is not Thursday, but we typically be on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. And the summer is gonna come, so I think for the summer, what we will do is to make a different type of livecast, because I'm going to be traveling to many conferences and events and so on, and I'm thinking that what we will do is to look for a bit of like a longer challenge, like a summer project that I will be doing throughout the summer. And I still have pending as well finishing a project I started a couple of weeks ago, but I got stopped because I started traveling again, which was making sound instrument using a shield from Nootropic Design. So I haven't forgotten about that. So if you're following some of the live casts around 12, 13, 14, you will see I started working with a shield. I will finish that, so you people can see in which way you can use an ADC and DAC to record sound and play it back in loops and make small music instruments. So that's all for today, people. Thank you very much for coming, and I will see you soon on the internet. Thank you very much.